Hi guys, welcome.
Hey, it's been a minute. My name is Alexia.
My name is Alice Kanji, and welcome to our little corner on the internet space.
Yep, we are back for season 5 of
Woo,
Battle Branch. We
woo.
have, by force, we have begun a new season
By
because
force. Sorry, we didn't
it's
tell
our
you season
rebirth.
4 was ending.
It's our rebirth.
So-
Season 4 wasn't meant to end, but it ended.
Yeah.
So we said,
Welcome.
Cool.
And this was a really deep topic, but I think it was a really meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
I think you can tell from the title of the video that we're talking about discrimination and, racism. And yeah, I think it was mainly just about racism and discrimination in general.
Brought about
So,
by, I think, current events in the 254 and just our 2
Yeah.
cents. Again, our 2 cents, our opinion, and just our experience as well.
yes, exactly. So we really hope you enjoy this episode, and please interact with us. Please share with us what you think and anything you want to talk to us. Basically, just want you to holler at us.
Yeah. And at this
Text
point,
us, don't call us. Text us.
text us. There's a number for texting.
No,
Email us.
sisters, you email us, text us on Instagram,
DM us.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just talk to us. Send us a voice message if you're listening from the audio listening platforms. And yeah,
We also put the link.
on YouTube,
Web.
on web.
No.
No, we'll see. Just you look at the links from whenever you're listening from. They're
Yes.
important.
And make sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you want to
Yes.
be informed every time we drop an episode. Yeah. Enjoy.
Okay, enjoy. See ya. Hi, good people.
Hello. We've
Welcome.
Resurrected
From the dead.
They're like Jesus. He's not the only one who does that. That miracle thingy, we also do that.
Yeah. Welcome to another. I'm guessing this is another season
Welcome to season 5
of Bant of a Branch.
Yes.
So yeah, we settled on doing season 5 because a lot was happening at the end, and we're not consistent, and a lot was happening. So we just said, fresh month, fresh start. By the time we watch this, it will be like the
10th.
month we love.
The 10th of June.
10th.
So happy new
But
month.
happy new month
Happy new
and
season.
happy new season. And where do we even begin? Wow.
What was our last episode? No, but the guy.
Last week, so if you're on YouTube, we've been having maybe 1 or 2 episodes on our podcast listening platform. So if you are a real one, you're going to check us out there. But I think our last visual episode was almost a month ago.
It was about. I can remember the set. I can't remember what it talks about.
What did we talk about? Doesn't matter. Today we're talking about what's hot, what's trending. But before we even get to that, what do we start with? So yeah, mnatuonanga tu other podcast, but we have things going on our Instagram. We have things going on our TikTok, which is more reason for you to follow us on our social media platforms at Bant of a Branch everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
Yeah.
YouTube. Bant of a Branch is the name. And that's very
It's supposed to
exciting.
be, yeah, but I feel like it's also significant that this nomination has come with a new season.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, even if things didn't go away.
Yes.
But I mean, even season 4 was amazing for us. I think we
Ah.
finally got on YouTube. Which I think
Yes,
the
which was our
hardest
biggest-
part, and it was
biggest,
like,
yeah.
It looked so impossible, but now it's something that we were able to do. Even if we are not too consistent, at least we've grown. We've also grown in our social media pages. During season 4 is when we got paid partnerships. Not
Yeah,
one, but two,
not one,
with
two.
very fantastic brands
And
yeah.
what's even more amazing is that one of our biggest friends want to continue working with us, so as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So that's
We
guys,
did a
thank
good
you
job, and
so
you
so
guys
much
have-
for supporting us. When we put those reels or those TikToks, just watch them. It doesn't take too much to like, to share with your friends. Help us grow so that we also take this podcast to the next level. Mbona tukwa Spotify nyuasi? Tebu mtuambie. It's because mumesleki.
Tumesleki pia.
Hata si tumesleki. No, say we are all our socks together. I pull up our socks together. Pull up our socks, all of us. We
Yeah.
just next year I to party.
Yeah, all
For
these
real.
big things.
All the
part
big
of
things
them.
we need to be part of them.
And also shout out to our YouTube fam. Like, these guys leave comments. Like,
You
you can
guys,
see they took time
yeah.
to, watch the video, comment
and leave a
on, and leave a review. So
review.
that's amazing.
That's really lovely. No, we
Yeah.
love you guys. Even though we're not as consistent. For now, for real, that shouldn't be that spirit. Yeah?
Well, it's a new beginning.
New
It's
beginning.
a rebirth.
It's a
We're,
rebirth.
we're rebranding even.
Rebranding.
As you can see, we have a new set.
Oh,
So,
yes. We have a new
yeah.
set. So if you hear some background noise, guys, we're still figuring this thing out. But yes, what do we say about the new set or the old set? We needed to move because that was one of the big reasons why we were delaying the season and things going up and down, because we couldn't sort out a place to kind of record from, because we were no longer using the space that we used to use, and it was very hard to find a similar agreement with what we had with them. So
But somehow things just aligned
things
and
worked out.
after
Yeah.
a while, but yeah, hoping to be consistent.
Yes. What else do we
Okay.
need to catch up on?
Have you been though? No, some people now have not seen you since 2 months. 2 months. It's like
1.5, whatever
Yeah.
months. Yeah, I'm
You're
doing
looking very
good.
hot today, very corporate girly.
Girl,
I just look like
stop.
a podcaster, but
Today is a work day. Actually, I just woke up saying this is a work day. I'm working for the podcast. Right after this, I'm rushing to the office, do my corporate girl things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels nice to just like,
living out your dreams.
yeah, it almost feels like, oh my gosh, after this I have another commitment. I actually have lunch after this. I work lunch with someone, then I get into the office. So yeah, it's just really exciting. I love Fridays. Fridays are, for me, I find it very difficult to take care of myself when I don't have things forcing me to do that. And I think which is another update. I'm not sure if I'm ready to talk about it. I needed to talk about it with someone or just fix my things, because I like Fridays because I know I need to be in the office,
Yeah.
and now that I have to record the podcast in the morning, it's like, okay, great. So I get to have activities and I get to actually leave the house,
I think
even
that
if
for
it's
me,
forceful.
I don't know if we'll move our release days because of now it's like sort of a week before.
Oh,
We'll
that's
discuss
so
that.
true. That's so true.
Yeah, but I think I like the shooting on a Friday sort of day
Yeah.
because it's also like the end of the week, and it's like, okay, I still get to do something that I enjoy doing on a Friday morning. So
Yes. So maybe we
That's
can
right.
discuss, guys, let us know which other days work for you to
release
release episodes, for you to listen.
yeah, in case we need you guys, whatever, we'll put it up on Facebook or something.
Yes.
Your preferred day of release. At Facebook.
Facebook.
Did I say Facebook?
Yes, you said
oh my
Facebook.
God, I'm old.
It's giving to a 7.
It's
This is a
giving
Gen Z
MySpace.
podcast. It's giving MySpace.
Sorry guys, where did Facebook come from? I don't know. Instagram
And Twitter, yeah.
well,
Yeah, no, in general, I've been okay. I've been sick for the past actually month. I've been having throat problems. I had a throat infection, but I wasn't also taking care of it because I've been going out a lot. And so,
The weather also has
yeah,
been
the weather. But
issues.
at least this past week, I've been I've had to take care of it, and I'm feeling so, like, guys, you know that feeling you get after being sick of just being grateful for health?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel. I'm like, guy, for
like
real,
this,
just
I live like this for free.
you live like
When
this,
you're
like when you're
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah.
Hey, Tebu, thank God for health. I'm thanking God for the partnerships that we've had, and yeah, no, even if Bant Over Branch is not on the podcast side of things, we still have been working, so it's not felt like a break for us. But it's what we love doing, and we love more beyond the podcast content creation. So yeah, not
Yeah.
big updates, but niko tu sawa.
Yeah, I guess even me, I'm well. I'm healthy. I've not gotten sick in so long. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day.
Wow.
I'm not complaining. That
Ikaivo.
homa that's been going around, it has not touched me, and I thank
Amen.
God. And I know COVID is still there somehow, and monkeypox. When you talk about monkeypox, it's gonna come into a
Shindwe.
discussion about what we're gonna discuss.
Yeah.
And the role that media plays in some things,
Yeah.
but maybe we'll get into that later on. I'm great, as we've mentioned, grateful that despite the challenges from April 2020 up until today, we are still standing.
Yeah.
We've not given up on the podcast, and it feels nice to have a fresh start, and I'm praying season 5 will be amazing. Our
For
birthday is
real.
also,
It's on the corner, so we need
but
to
now our birthday is falling the weekend before
election, which is like iffy. We can do it on my birthday.
Okay.
2 birthdays.
Okay.
Me, I'm so excited for September. The first week of October, I'm graduating. It's a ceremony, so guys, when you take leave, not that you're invited, but I can stream
leave?
it. Yeah, see, people take leave. It's my graduation. Seriously, you've been on this journey on this podcast. Me complaining from the time I was either I don't know for third year even. I don't know when we started this podcast, and me coming every single week and talking about how I'm about to cry because of this research project. How it was stressful and
Spanish.
in Spanish. Hey! So yeah, it's a holiday,
it's
public
an
holiday. In
occasion.
fact, people should just
Start
yeah.
telling your bosses
In
in advance because
advance.
we've told you well in advance.
Actually, I've been saying since January, September, guys, and October.
You're not
Please.
left.
Actually, I'm just on leave. People don't contact me. After a podcast, musiponiona, I'm just.
Okay, so in short, August we're shooting bulk.
Yeah. September, I am off the grid. Enjoyment.
So now I okay.
Where am I? At a travel. I might just travel. I'm going to have a graduation party, my birthday. As in, seriously, September is just
One after the other.
per.
Yeah, but this year is moving like super fast. I don't know if I'm going to be feeling that.
Ikifikanga July ndio unaanza kufeel okay, yes, time nini.
I know, me I'm
Na
feeling
yok.
from Feb, but
Imenine.
yeah, but I'm not compared. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm great. Yeah, is that enough of a catch up? I don't know why
I
it
think
feels like it will be longer.
It will
Maybe
be
because
longer.
we've had the
I mean,
bonus
we have
episodes.
had the bonus episodes, so
Yes,
technically it's a
the
catch up.
shenanigans.
You know where to find us. Bunch of a branch wherever you listen to your podcasts
Yeah.
from. Yeah. So today I'm sure you can tell from the title of the video that today's episode we're talking about discrimination in general, but more so racism and I think colorism. The reason why I think every podcast has talked about it, so of course we have to follow suit.
Not of course, but
Not
you
of
see,
course.
something happened.
But
that
it's
hits
something,
close to
yeah,
home, especially
hits-
for Alice. She's given her opinion. She's been very quiet. She said no comment, no comment, no comment. Media, no comment.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
so maybe-
you've been living under a rock,
If you're in
there was an
Nairobi.
incident at the Alchemist, which is a popular club here in Nairobi, and basically it's a club that's been highlighted for racism and racial discrimination, and so there was a video that was gone around where there was a separate line for black people and white people, and people are not gone in. So for me, first of all, it felt like it felt like an opportunity for how people wait for one thing to happen for now to open the box of things you have wrong with
Pandora
thing.
box.
Like for example, the influencer thing, we're not gonna get into that too much, but for the Fenty launch thing,
Yeah,
it's
we
like
talked about that in one of the
we talked about
the
it
one
in the
before
bonus
this one.
episode, so you better listen to it.
On
Yeah,
the podcast.
on the podcast. So it's like it's like that one, okay, guys didn't dress well, but there are now so many things people had about influencers that now this
Yeah.
is the opportunity. So it also more or less felt that way. I don't know, what do you think about the whole situation about racial discrimination in Alchemist? Let's talk about Alchemist
Okay.
first.
First of all, disclaimer: these are strictly our
Opinions.
opinions and
Yeah.
based on how we've interacted.
Yeah.
We're not discrediting if you've, experienced any form of discrimination. This is just from our point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Alchemist, that's our base, So
You tell
I feel
me.
like when you mentioned also that once that came up, now everyone had a story to say.
Yeah.
I feel like before then I hadn't had of any form of discrimination. The only discrimination that I've had from the bouncers, even me, before I was 21, is discrimination
Was
of
age. Age.
Yeah, and that one they do their job pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was way back. So
Yeah.
I think it's a place that we go almost twice a month. As for Alice, is like 6 times in a month. I don't understand.
Fair.
Actually, 8. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
I go there a lot.
Yeah,
I'll
and
defend
I
myself.
feel like we've never even had to sit and discuss. We feel some type of way, or someone was looking at us some type
Yeah,
of way.
exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Even on social media, I hadn't ever seen a complaint like to this extent of someone saying this and this happened until now. The video came up, and now everyone all of a sudden sort of had an
Yeah.
issue. Yeah. So, and like Jay's, which even my mother, who never used to go to Jay's, got to hear about like the discrimination and whatnot, and it was a conversation that was there.
It actually died. The
It
club
died,
just
yeah,
died.
it died, and it was crazy, the discrimination that even hearing from people, my friends. I never went to Jay's for some reason. Yeah, but just hearing from them and just like getting service at Jay's was like they literally ignore you and go to someone else.
Yeah.
You know, and go to a white person, go to an
Yeah.
Asian person. And that's
Yeah.
something I really did not feel at Alchemist at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, if that we weren't there that night, I don't know if you were there. Probably we were inside.
Maybe I was there,
But
honestly.
so we can't really tell. But obviously, when you see the video that surfaced, it does look like there's so many angles to it. You
Yes,
know?
yes.
Because again, as you said, it's a club that's frequented by the white race and the Asian. So seeing
Yes.
a line with them all, it's not like a shock.
Yeah.
There are many who go there,
Yeah.
you know, even the area that it's located. And sort of the guy coming and being told, you can't really tell what the whole setting was
Yeah.
to give a conclusive, you know, judgment.
Yeah, judgment. I mean, of course, there's a lot of people. Guys, these are my personal experiences.
Yeah, don't just
My
be cancelled
opinion.
at
Please
now
don't
because-
cancel me.
Yeah, we're being very
Please. But I have a couple of sentiments about this whole thing. First of all, from my personal experience, like I love Alchemist. Okay, I go there. Like if there's a if I'm going out, that's
you need
always
to
I'm
find
that
her
friend.
somewhere.
If you need to find me somewhere on a Friday or a Saturday or even sometimes Sunday, like I'm there. So like I'm that friend where if you're out and I'm guys, where are we going? Like I'll force like guys, we go to Alchemist. For me, I've never experienced discrimination. Also maybe because even the bouncers are my friends, the waiters are my friends.
Oh, I'm angry. Rude people like-
See, I'm like, hey, Umerudi, what's up? Like those are my friends. The owner of Alchemist is a good friend of mine as well. So for me,
Your case.
yeah, I'm not making my case in better. Don't cancel me.
anyway,
But
before
it's
they
true,
were
like.
friends, I mean, you are just an
Yeah, yeah. So like genuinely, I've never experienced any form of racial discrimination, especially from the staff or me being there or dancing, whatever. But yes, it's a place that is very much filled or very much known for the foreign audience to be coming into. Have I had friends around me who've had racial discrimination from there? Not that I know of. So for me, it was like, damn, okay, they're still doing this. I thought maybe it was an issue, but because it's something that people have talked about before. But I was like, maybe they've curbed this issue. Maybe it's because of late I've genuinely not been seeing anything like this. But it also begs me to ask the question, like, sometimes there's an argument that people put up where maybe they go serve white people first or what. Yes, it's not right, but maybe it's where people give them more tips or more people, the waiters get tipped more or yeah, like if I feel these white people are going to give me more funds, naturally I'm going to want to serve or want to go serve them. I'm not saying it's right, but I think that's one factor that we should consider. I'm very cognizant of the fact that okay, this is actually happened because you hear people's experiences, and actually just here we were talking with the guy behind the camera, and he was just telling us how I have had friends who've experienced this type of discrimination and this type of segmentation because of your skin tone, which is something that should not even be a thing in a country that is predominantly black, that is just purely mostly black, but also. I was asking myself, before I had the experiences, I was also asking myself, like, is it a blacklisted spot because of just the mere fact that a lot of white people go there? Like, because maybe these guys look for, when you go in naturally, when in a new country, you go and try and find community or people where you'll find people to hang out with. Even you, when you go abroad, you look for the clubs that are for black people. So maybe to me, I was thinking, okay, but is it just being pinpointed or hard on because that's where, that's where a lot of the white people or the Asian people go to, and then now it's like any small detail, it's like you're racist. So that's also something that I was thinking about. But again, I'm not going to discount people's experiences. I'm sure they're valid. And maybe it's time we were talking about this with someone in the office, but maybe it's time for now white people to disperse to different clubs rather than just one place. And the Deja Vu and the Milan, Jamie, one's a mix, not the locals. Because Alchemist is also like it's like a cocoon. You're like.
It has so many black people.
It has so many black people all the way. Yeah.
Even we are the majority.
Yeah, we are the majority. So like it's for me. I don't. Personally, I have no bad things or bad experiences to say about the club because everyone who goes there, like all my friends go there, like we always have a good time. But clearly, there's a problem that needs to be addressed,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I hope they're able to address it and it's able to come to life. But also, if it shuts down, like, but I was saying, not to shade or anything. I feel like the Ruby Street Kitchen is going to be a replacement. Because you know how Deja Vu closed?
Alice and her conspiracies.
Yeah.
Amezileta kwa
Because you know
podcast, mimi I'm
how
not there.
Deja Vu closed at that point when there was that murder thing that happened? Everyone moved to Alchemist. So naturally, people on Friday, even today, if I want to
Deja Vu is
go out.
back, though?
Yeah, now it's back. But see, now there's going to be a shift today because people go out to Alchemist on Fridays.
where guys are
So
gonna
where
go
will guys go on
around
Friday
that
night
area.
or around that area? Or what's the next club? I'm
Watu
waiting to
wakae
see.
home pia, si mbaya. House parties.
Single people want to have fun.
Want to have fun. Okay, for
But
me,
yeah, so that's my take on this whole
I think
situation.
at the end of it all, it's the way things unfolded. Okay, cool. I don't know because we can't control it.
Yeah.
License or what.
People are even saying sorry, just finish your statement.
It's okay.
That women normally go there to get like white sponsors and stuff.
Okay, that's them, yeah.
That's
but
them.
They're smart because you have to study what you're trying to get and
Yeah.
look for where they are. That's where they are. That's,
That's actually
your
where
business
they're looking.
now I don't know what business shaking now. For
Yeah.
some people. But what I was gonna say is the way things unfolded. I think it's also good to show that we are not tolerating any form of discrimination.
Yes, absolutely.
And no one is spared at all because who was so and so, or because you bring this amount of money to the inject some money to the Kenya economy or something. Everyone is like we are all under the law, and that's that.
Yeah.
So I guess they'll do the investigations, and I think it also shows other places, even like the Roasted Kitchen or where that maybe they're targeting other people or something that you have to treat people fairly. And we're in a country where we will not tolerate racial discrimination, which I think is a very good start.
I think people should not tolerate any form of discrimination. Happy Pride Month. Love you guys. To you. And I think it should be not just any type of discrimination.
So
I'm
I
saying
think that
so
action also shows, and as much as even the government has come in and said, okay, we're closing. See at Mambo red table talk. You see how they said, oh, come, let's discuss what? They took it into their hands and took it in a way that even other club owners, other
establishments
restaurant owners would be
wouldn't
like,
have
okay, even they'll call their staff and be like, hey, you guys, because imagine Alchemist closing for 1 weekend, how much money that is.
That's a lot of money.
So they can feel the pinch, Yeah. And even what you said, like, even if you feel like Wazungus will tip you better, I don't have to feel like I'm begging you to serve
me. Exactly.
You can still serve your people who will give you your tips, but I'll feel some type of way, I should still get my drink when I need it. I should still have my food when I need it. So.
Hey, anyway, all the best to the establishment. But have you ever experienced racism in general?
I think what has helped me is that I've never left the country. And I hear stories from, like, even just my friends, and people have gone just to visit or something abroad, and they're like, what? Even like at China, they think our eyes are so huge, so they want to touch you, they want to play, like, you're like...
even in Dubai, they're just gonna touch your hair.
and just... okay, I don't know if that's to say, like, that's
racism. I'll talk about that in a bit. That's a point I wanted to bring up.
Okay. Yeah, so I think because I've never left the country, I've never experienced it. And even here, I can't think of at one time when I was like, that's racist. Or, So thankfully, I have not experienced that form of discrimination.
Yeah. For me, I don't think I've ever experienced direct racism, but I've ever walked in a room and felt my blackness.
Oh.
Like...
Unnecessarily, finish.
Yeah, no, like you walk in a room and it's full of white people, especially... the one time I went to the US and I went for the conference and I was like the only black person, and normally, you know how I'm an happy person, I'm like, you couldn't even recognize me. I was just like I felt like maybe they had some sentiments about me that they wouldn't say, oh, she's not too smart. Or maybe that's just my inside voice that was dialogue that was telling me that. But even here in Kenya, for me, of late, like a lot of the places I've been to or the friends that I've been gathering, I've ended up interacting with a lot of white people. So as well as of late I've just been recognizing my blackness when I'm in a room, and it's something that I've never had to think about. I'm not to say that I've experienced discrimination, but now I've experienced the opposite more often, which is romanticization of my skin tone or of my blackness. So it's like a guy will hit on you, and it's a white person or an Asian or whatever, a different ethnicity, and the words that they choose to use, it's like, was that necessary? Like, what type of things would they say?
Like
For example,
chocolate.
at you, oh, you are like chocolate. I don't know, like,
Melanin queen.
you know. It's like you're sijui, I don't know. I need to find the words or some of these texts, but it's like, oh, I just love black women,
Yeah,
like,
I can say, yeah.
you know,
In a
it's
cringe
it's
way,
it, it's
like,
almost in a
mad.
cringe way, and not in a way that I'm appreciating you, but in a way that I'm romanticizing you or sexualizing you because of your skin tone.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's very weird, and it's very common. Like, it's weirdly common for, I don't know if that's how they think they need to flirt with black people, but yeah, I
It's
think
not
for
it.
me romanticization is almost as evil as racism, because it's almost like you have a predetermined perception of how I am or how I should be based off my skin tone, like, and yeah, I think for me, I'm not a fan of that. What So even when we were talking about, what's the point that I said I have a point on that? When you
Monkeypox.
No,
That was my point.
no, right now when I said, oh, I have a point to support that.
Oh, the China, the eyes.
Yeah, so like you go in a foreign country and they just want to touch your hand and be like, wow, they have this thing in Africa, that's so cool. Or like they've never seen a black person, so it's like, oh my goodness.
Can I
And I
take a
think,
picture with you? I saw Nani, Kina Nancy Mwai had gone to, I think, Thailand. Or something.
yeah,
And people were literally running to them with their cameras to pose
yeah,
with them. And you're like, I'm not
yes.
an object. I'm not.
Yes, absolutely. When we went to Dubai, the darkest skin tone that we had, she was Sudanese. Every single second we would go, someone wants to take a picture. Oh my gosh, can I see you? Can I take a picture? I'm like, I'm a human being. Like,
Is it ignorance or what is it? Is
it's
this like,
definitely ignorance. I mean, the internet is big enough for you to know that black people exist, and then when we do it, it's like, these people, why are they all up in my business?
yeah,
Oh,
but
like
that's
they're
another
dirty or
thing.
they're what?
Even us as like kids or even as you're growing up, the thing of wazungu.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
like
Because we
even
used to
that
have
term
such a
wazungu.
perception
Oh,
of
wait, guys, sorry,
it's
I've used
oh,
wazungu. That's even that word in itself
Yeah.
carries like, oh, this one is a,
yeah,
you
of
know,
higher. But that's how we've grown up. I mean, I'm loving that we're now moving to the age of inclusivity and dolls. But our Barbie dolls are all white. They all had long
nice
hair.
hair.
All the TV shows, Disney Channel, you would see one black character in 10 shows. Like, so for us, or even for me, I definitely remember myself being young and saying, I have to marry a white man. I have to,
Barbie, you're the
oh,
princess,
like
you're Snow
my hair,
White.
I need to texturize my hair
I need to
because, like,
palm my hair. I need
yeah.
to, all these things we think, oh, natural.
I
And
need
now,
an accent.
even now, the natural hair movement is something that's new because everyone was like, this hair is too hard and
Yeah,
I can't,
yeah.
And now it's more like if you want to palm, that's okay, but
Yeah.
it's not coming. It's not coming from a place of you're less than now that your hair
Yes,
is hard or it's kinky
exactly.
and it's
Exactly.
whatnot. So I
Yeah.
think also from us and even from the kids that we're gonna have, God willing, and the generation that's coming after us, it's something that we have to instill in them also, because the same things we are saying, also us, we can do that to white people
Yeah.
and sort of romanticize and sort
Yeah.
of like, like, oh, your hair, or which you wouldn't appreciate outside. And
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, as I said, in the age that we're at, even you see in schools, people are sort of mingling, which is good, even
Yeah.
considering our history as Africans and colonization, where there was, segregation of white schools, African schools, and all that. I feel like, yeah, inclusivity.
Yeah, but actually, discrimination in Nairobi is very big. Like I think it's actually a big thing. Like not just alchemists, because I've just thought of some of the conversations that I've had with my white friends or people I've been interacting with, and with them they're so cognizant. They're like, oh yeah, no, it's just because we're white people, or it's like, oh yeah, they treat us better, or they're gonna. I find it so rude that they're doing this to. So for them, okay,
They
for the
see
two
it.
three people, you know, us we're just maybe sometimes ignorant, but for them do maybe even just 2 3 months of the experience in Nairobi, they can fully tell you that there's places they've gone and experienced privilege just because they are white people. And it's not just Nairobi. Hata ukienda ushago even worse. Venye watu wa Nairobi wanakaa nchi, hata wanaweza kuwa juu ya ndege or something.
Even bow
Because,
down.
yeah, they would even bow down, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised.
But why do they even draw Jesus as white? You know, all these
It's
things are
always
just
from where we've come from. But also, if you've not
discovered
noticed,
something recently. Let me tell you first of all.
that Jesus is not white.
No, even these things of putting Jesus in your house, a picture. Who said it looks like that? Apparently, you're breaking a commandment. You have made an idol,
Idol of-
image,
yeah.
an image. 'Cause
Yeah,
sometimes
people
when you're
always talk
praying-
about Catholics doing that.
Actually, no shade, even Mass Catholic. It's something that I just came to think about like last
Yeah.
week or something. I saw a video and I was like, Kai. Because it's like even in my wallet I have a picture of white Jesus, you know. So
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm praying, that's
You
the
put-
image
you put Jesus
that
in your
comes.
wallet?
It's a calendar, but it has
Okay.
a picture. Yeah. Anyway, so it's like even when you're praying, sometimes that image you feel like that's what you're praying to. You know, that's Jesus, help me. And then you see, you know, we're visual people.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe that's not Jesus. Like
It's,
who-
yeah, we just found people calling this thing Jesus,
This
and maybe
white man.
someone just decided this is Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a story for another day. Let's
But
not get
anyway,
into religion.
yeah,
I was
that's what I'm
gonna say
saying.
so.
Even things like Santa, Jesus. You know, when I was growing up, we know it's Mzungu. Jesus.
Yeah.
So I'm
Santa
less,
was always white.
Yeah. I've never
Wow.
Black Santa.
Wale wa tukienda out.
Hizi za huku kwa mall. Yeah. So that's
Wow.
it's so there's so much we have to really.
And I also think there's a lot, just in the economy in general in Kenya, we need to really be alert about. Because I personally feel the foreigner growth in Kenya is rampant. Like we have
Obviously,
so
it's a nice place
many,
to
it's a
stay,
nice
yeah.
place, we love that. But a lot of them are coming to invest in African businesses because you know, it's saturated in their markets. So now if there's an opportunity to grow here in Kenya or in Africa, like a lot of them are coming, the Chinese have built our roads. In the tech space, it is saturated with a lot of, you know, white people or Asian people.
Paka even instructions for the Nini are in Chinese. Like,
So yeah, like I think that says something about our economy, and why is it that it's either Africans or Kenyans themselves can't afford to invest in African businesses,
sad.
or you know, we take the white man's pay because, you know, they are maybe more reliable, or corruption is such an in-depth thing here, so people don't trust each other. There's a lot that also, for me, I think all these things, like, okay, why is it that even alchemist is such a big place for white people, and why are there so many white people in the first place? Why are there so many opportunities for them to come and take our jobs that are supposed to be ours?
Yes,
Not
it's
that
the
I
money
hate
play,
it.
It's the money play, you know. We have
Yeah.
the money, you guys are smart.
Yeah.
We'll send our people to still make more than you, but oversee.
Exactly. So for me, there's just a lot of things that are just not right in general, because we couldn't even be having this conversation if. Anyway, I'm not that I love my white people.
No, we do.
I love my Asian people.
Yeah, but
It's
see, there's
just
no even the non-tolerance.
I love my home.
The non-tolerance
Yeah.
for Africans and
yes,
Mexicans
absolutely.
and all that abroad, and you know how they make you feel. Enyewe,
You make you feel.
you're not
Tutaingia
here.
appetite tukiona na tujui. Schools for Chinese people, schools for
Even
white
neighborhoods.
people,
There are
neighborhoods for just specific colored people.
Talking about
That's exactly what apartheid was.
Yeah.
So specific clubs. Kwanza, if we get into another
what
community here, let me just keep quiet.
Let's keep it calm. But these things are happening.
They are
yes.
happening.
And, yeah,
I think everyone should not be ignorant about it, and just be very, just at least know that this is actually happening, so that it doesn't come to a surprise when things hit the fan.
Can we talk about now monkeypox?
Okay, we can
I
get
want
into
to talk about the role
monkeypox
that the media plays in pushing this agenda.
agenda.
Because
Absolutely.
monkeypox, like all diseases, most started, not in
Of course,
Africa,
nobody in Africa people mind their
super
business.
strong. We eat healthy food,
And even when we don't, our bodies allow.
We're resistant. But you'd see a whole media, report on an issue that's in Europe
And use a black
and use a
person.
black person. And
What's
this was
that?
like 5, 6, 7 international
Yeah,
companies, media
yeah.
companies doing this. And you're like,
Kwani yule mtu ana Google anaona tu black people?
of course, you're saying it's there. Why?
If it's coming from Asia or from the UK, why are we not using someone who represents those countries?
Yeah, why must you use? Yeah, it's actually disgusting.
NTV, yeah, good for you. Yeah, NTV used a white person by force.
Yeah, because
What is that?
and it only makes sense. Like we're not trying at being petty, by the way.
It makes so
It
much
makes perfect
sense.
sense. And I feel like the media needs to, okay, they know, but they're just, I don't know, even us were in media. So, I don't know, like...
Media itself is another conversation for another day. Media representation and media having to look a certain way to fit certain categories, even in the hospitality industry. I was listening to a podcast about that. Guys, there's so much discrimination that goes on and people just overlook. And maybe sometimes you don't realize it's discrimination until you actually realized, guy, actually, that was off.
Yeah.
Till you start looking at the people that were selected and you're not there and you're like, I need to think about, is it because of my color? Is it because of... So yeah, no, anyway.
Yeah, but I just feel like...
monkeypox 0 out of 10.
Monkeypox? Yeah, no,
Shape
that
up.
one we don't need. You know how COVID we were playing around at corridor, but you're still stepping out.
I know, God, it's enough.
Yeah. If the world is ending,
Just tell us now,
Just
please. We can't spend another 2 years indoors
Yeah.
and kill so many people. COVID kills so many people.
It's
It's like we were cleansing the world. And I'm wondering, not cleansing, that's such a terrible way to put it. It's like we wiped off millions of people from the world because of a pandemic. And like, it's crazy to think
crazy,
about.
Yeah, and even lives. And even I think I was talking to my therapist about, sometimes, especially during COVID, because one, I didn't get sick, my immediate family didn't get sick, I didn't lose my source of income or anything. I can't say there's any major change in my life. But thinking back about some of the things that I'm dealing with today, they all sort of happened during the COVID period. But in that moment, I didn't think psychologically something was, but again, post-COVID, that was trauma. And there were things we weren't sure about. There were things I didn't know how, even just the death of people around me, or just, I felt like they didn't affect me directly, but somehow with my cycle.
Of course.
Yeah, so I feel like everyone somehow was affected, by the pandemic.
Have to be.
You know it or not, Yeah, so. It's,
Yeah, guys.
It's crazy, but that was a deep topic to start with. Okay, but we didn't make it too deep, I think.
We didn't make it too deep. Though I think for sure COVID had such a huge impact on so many lives. And I don't even think people want to relive that trauma. I don't think we should even continue talking about it because now we're trying to live.
Yeah.
We're trying to move on.
And pick up the pieces.
And
2
pick
years
up.
later,
Yeah. Like there's still so much right now. Even next year, we'll still be talking about COVID. Even, I don't know. I don't think it was necessary, but it happened. So now we just have to deal with, what's left.
Yet the world just came to a standstill.
Shocker. Never did I think in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, anything else you want to add on the racism story? I think it's a good step for Kenya and in general, and I feel like people are more, because I saw someone do a thread on the tech industry or something. Did you read it?
Gatekeeping.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But I didn't get it.
I saw tweets about how the text-based people are just gatekeeping, and it's like, why are you gatekeeping opportunities?
Yeah. So I just feel like we should be able to have those conversations and call out people on their bullshit.
Yes.
Sometimes, and now the problem is sometimes it might cost you your $1 million investment, but they need something from you as well. It's not if they
sometimes if you're doing something wrong, you'll be used as the example for other people sometimes. And you never know if it's you who's going to be used as the example. So just because it's alchemist that has been pinpointed, the other ones now are kochonjo.
Yeah, and you're in our country after all.
Yeah.
In our soil, people need to behave. All I'm saying. Behave yourselves, I'm Mrudi Kweli. We love people, but Kenya is such a loving country. Even
It's so
like
loving.
refugees, we are very calm. Kujeni, but boundaries.
Tukianza kuongea hapo KOT.
Mutual respect.
Yeah. So yeah, we were saying thank you. Sorry. What else? Do you have anything to say, or we close over there?
Yes, I feel like we've talked about a lot of things today. So do feel free to respectfully give your 2 cents as well.
Yeah. And don't come for us.
Yeah, let us know what your experience has been, if you're of a different race, if you're African, if you're Kenyan, and just sort of if you've experienced this and what you think the solution could be.
Would be,
I don't know.
yeah.
I just want to hear from you as well. We've talked for 40 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, it's time to close up. But again, thank you so much for listening to this episode. We shall see you guys next week, and hopefully with consistency. We have guests lined up. I know we say that a lot, but for real, angalau kanamba down padlock.
We tried with guests last time.
We had 1, 2, 3 of them.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for vibing with us. Welcome to season 5 of the podcast. Hoping it will be a fantastic season.
Amen.
Okay, see you.
Bye-bye.